MOL Group is a vertically integrated oil and gas exploration and production company, originally from Hungary, but MOL is operating in 30 different countries around the world with more than 25,000 people. And it is, let's say, one of the leading organizations in the mid-range oil and gas E&P organizations. Technically very sound and a very successful business with a complete portfolio in upstream, midstream and downstream as well. MOL Pakistan is a fully owned subsidiary of MOL Group. It is here since 1999, almost 20 years we are reaching, and I think this year we're going to celebrate our 20th anniversary as well. We are producing around 90,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day in this country. We are the largest LPG producer in Pakistan. And the commitment of MOL Group to Pakistani soil is very high. And they are very interested in furthering this business here and exploring further oil and gas in this country. Our managing director is Dr. Gabor Vakach, who is actually the person who started off this business 20 years ago. And he has come back to see how far we have reached. And I am the Director of Human Resources in this company. Well, actually, I have been lucky that I spend more time in business rather than HR throughout my life. And now I have come to the realization that as an HR expert or head of HR, you need to understand the business very well. I strongly believe if the head of HR or the HR team does not understand the business well, they cannot actually contribute towards the success of business. So first thing that I would advise to every one of my colleagues and my team members that they need to actually invest time in understanding the business of the company they are in. So first thing that I would like to learn that I'm actually doing is learning oil and gas, learning E&P. Then actually I become more relevant when I am sitting in the board with the top leaders of the organization. If I cannot speak the business language, if I cannot relate to that what we are talking about, I cannot contribute as an HR expert. So first thing is business acumen, I believe. The second thing is actually having a deeper understanding of the culture of the organization. Cultures do not build or change overnight. They evolve over a long period of time. And particularly when you are working with an international company. Previously I've been working in international organizations. I have worked with 68 different nationalities under one roof. Imagine how challenging it can be when people are coming from various parts of the world with their own nuances and their own development and their own backgrounds to bring them together as a good team. I think in this company, obviously, we have that challenge, not to that extent, but we have a variety of individuals coming from various parts of the country, different diversity itself. Different age groups. Today's youth has totally different kind of requirements of what they want to do with themselves, with their careers and so on, as compared to people in my age. I think that's the second thing where we have to understand where the heart of the people is ticking. Those days are gone when we used to say, please bring your hand and feet to the work. And then we said, please bring your brain as well. And I think now we are in the time to say, please bring your heart with you. So it means if you can actually link the goals of the organization and the aspirations of the individual to grow as a professional, if you can link these two together, and there is something called career planning, what is in there for me in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time. If this company can promise me a career which is of my own aspiration and the way I want to develop myself, I think we have a better chance of producing success. After that, as an HR professional, life is moving very fast. Technologies are evolving. Lots of things, computers are taking over from human. Now, striking the right balance with how much technology you need to implement, automation of processes, bringing more efficiencies to the organization. And MOL Group is very keen on actually bringing the efficiency as high as possible. It means the interaction between the man and the machine has to be tailored in such a way that machine can take over some of the jobs which are repetitive jobs. But when it comes to bringing the creativity of an individual, there where the man still will remain important forever. Well, when you talk about role of the HR department, I believe there are 4 fundamental things that an HR department needs to be aware of and needs to deliver. The first and the foremost thing of an HR head or an HR department as a whole is being the advisor of the leadership of the organization. So making them aware of the environment they are working in, what's going on out there in the market, how this organization needs to adjust itself with the dynamics of the market. So as an advisor, as a consultant to the leadership. And the second part I strongly believe is HR needs to be a personal consultant, a mentor, a coach, an advisor to every employee of the organization, because everybody, first of all, is interested in what is there for me. So how can I grow? So that's the second thing. And the third thing is HR is a service provider to everybody in the company, from the management up to every employee. Any services that HR, whether you pay the salaries of the people on time, accurately, you take their grievances on, you manage their leaves and everything. All these components of services, we need to make sure that HR is providing those optimally and with the optimal cost. And the last piece is that whether we like it or not, each and every organization has some rules. So HR also creates those rules with the help of other people around that, but HR is also custodian of those policies, kind of a whistleblower. If there is a non-compliance of any policy, HR needs to raise the voice and make the leadership aware that we need to address something.
During my stay with MOL Pakistan, I have worked in almost all the areas of HR, including workforce planning, talent acquisition, compensation benefit, and rewards. One of the biggest challenges that E&P sector faces today is diversity and inclusion. MOL Pakistan management has taken a lot of my years to address this challenge. As one of the biggest initiatives, MOL Pakistan management decided to hire female engineers for their field, where they can work remotely and contribute in overall success of the organization. After 5 years, they still continue working with MOL Pakistan, and to facilitate them and to engage them and retain them, MOL Pakistan management has decided to establish daycare center at the field, which is our competitive edge and one of the advantage that we have over other companies.
I have recently qualified my SHRM-SCP qualification, and this qualification really helped me to bring all the HR competencies that are widely and globally accepted in my local environment. I am a keen advocate of bringing digitalization in HR processes, and for that I am working with my management on different dashboards and business intelligence tools to give right insights into the workforce, and that helps them to make a right decisions related to the employees.